Title: The Cursed Furrows. Part 1. The mystery unfolds. This section introduces the mysterious events surrounding the land in AMaife village. Obinna, a woman's father, buries a strange brass object in a barren yam field and is confronted by Chief Nwafa. Obinna's disappearance leaves a woman with unanswered questions. As a woman grows older, she discovers strange patterns in the soil and finds her father's journal, which reveals notes about disturbed soil and hidden metal rods. She confronts Chief Nwafa during a village council meeting, accusing him of hiding the truth about the land. Prologue: Whispers in the soil. Scene: night. Thunder growls low in the distance. The moon hangs low over AMaife, casting ghostly shadows across the parched land. A man in one agbada kneels in the center of a barren yam field, fingers trembling as he digs into the cracked earth with a rusted hoe. It's Obinna, a woman's father. His breath is ragged, his eyes wide with urgency. Beside him, a weathered leather pouch lies open, revealing a strange brass object shaped like a miniature deity, its eyes hollow, its mouth sealed shut. He lowers it into the hole and mutters, "Forgive me, Allah. I could not protect your breath." Leaves rustle behind him. He whips around. A figure steps out of the darkness, Chief Nwafa, flanked by two men with torches. "You should not be here, Obinna," the chief says coldly. "You're digging your own grave." Obinna spits on the ground. "You caused this land with your greed, not the gods." But his voice fades as the torches close in. From the shadows, a woman watches silently, hiding behind a mango tree. Her heart pounds as her father disappears into the night, and by morning, only rumors remain. Chapter 1. Cracked Earth, Hungry Eyes. Scene: morning in AMaife village. The sun rises, but it brings no warmth, only heat and dust. The once green farmlands stretch out in lifeless rows. A faded scarecrow stands crookedly in the wind. A woman, now 17, moves with purpose through the dry field. She inspects the soil with careless fingers, eyes narrowed. Nearby, her mother grinds cassava with rhythmic despair. In the background, her brother Namdi, shirtless and wiry, loads bundles onto a wooden cart. "I'm going to ABA next week," he says. "There's factory work. At least I won't starve." A woman doesn't look up. "And leave Mama alone. Leave the land." "What land?" "This." He kicks the ground. "This land is dead." She opens her mouth to argue, but her gaze falls on a strange pattern in the soil, a series of concentric circles, barely visible beneath the dust. Her brow furrows. Later, in the square, the village men debate politics and pepper soup while Pastor Emeka preaches under a tin-roofed canopy. "The curse came because we disrespected the ancestors. Let us not provoke the gods again." The crowd nods. But a woman stands in silence, clutching the dry soil in her palm. Something isn't right. And for the first time in a long time, the wind stirs the air. Chapter 2. The Forbidden Journal. Scene: the family hut, late evening. A kerosene lamp flickers. A woman sits alone by the hearth, the silence of the room broken only by the creak of bamboo walls in the wind. The day's hunger weighs heavy in her stomach, but her mind churns with memories of her father's voice, of the missing answers no one dares seek. She glances at the wooden trunk at the foot of her mother's bed. It hasn't been opened since her father vanished. Slowly, quietly, she kneels before it. The lock is rusted, barely clinging. With a sharp twist and a grunt, it snaps. The lid creaks open, releasing a puff of aged dust and camphor scent. Inside, old wrappers, farming receipts, palm rosary beads, and beneath them, wrapped in goatskin and twine, a tattered notebook. Her hands tremble as she unties it. The pages are yellowed, the ink faded but legible. Excerpt from Obina's journal, April 11th, the soil is not dead, it is disturbed. Something's under it. I saw metal rods after the last rain, not roots. I fear what they've buried, or what they've come to extract. They told us to stop planting yam here. But why? Except, May 2nd, the chief says we must respect the curse, that Allah is angry. But I remember when he begged to sell that hilltop land. What did the men in suits offer him? I fear I am being watched. I've hidden the idol for safekeeping. If they find it, they'll silence me. A woman gasps. The idol, the hilltop, the lie. She clutches the book to her chest and shuts the trunk. Footsteps approach, her mother's. Mama, she begins, heart pounding. But her mother eyes the open chest and sighs. You shouldn't have opened that, she says, not angry, just tired. Your father was a good man, but he didn't know when to stop. Stop what? A woman presses, searching for the truth. Her mother pauses, then lowers herself beside the hearth. Her face is lit by flame and memory. Sometimes the truth costs more than silence, she whispers. Some truths, child, get men killed. A woman swallows hard, but her eyes gleam with defiance. Then let them come. Sin, later that night. A woman flips through the final pages of the journal by lamplight. A map is scribbled roughly, crooked lines leading from the farmland to a marked X beneath the words, Allah's mouth. She traces the path with her finger. Tomorrow, she will follow it, no matter what they say. Chapter 3, The Pastor and the Chief. Scene, Sunday morning. The village square is buzzing. Churchgoers flood the square in bright lace and starch wrappers, the air thick with dust and incense. From a makeshift altar under a rusted zinc canopy, Pastor Emeka shouts into a crackling microphone, Brethren, we must not defile the will of the gods with rebellion. The land is cursed not by man, but by disobedience. The crowd echoes with Amen. A woman watches from the back, arms folded, a scarf wrapped tightly around her head. Behind the pastor's theatrics, she sees something darker, a subtle smirk, a performance. He slaps his Bible, sweat dripping down his temples. The earth rejects us because we rejected her laws. Do not listen to doubters, those who stir ghosts with questions. A woman flinches. She swears his eyes meet hers for a second too long. Beside her, an old woman leans in and whispers, Your father once asked too many questions too. Scene, later that afternoon. Village council meeting at Chief Norfa's compound. A faded portrait of colonial officers hangs behind the throne-like chair where Chief Norfa sits. He fans himself slowly as elders argue over bowls of cola nuts and bitter palm wine. I say we clear a small portion and try maize again, says an elderly farmer with trembling hands. Just to see. The chief raises a hand. We've tried. Nothing grows. And every time someone dares the land, another child falls ill. A woman, standing near the compound entrance, steps forward. With respect, my father's journal says the land was disturbed, maybe not by spirits, but by people. What if the chief slams his ivory-tipped staff on the ground? Enough. Silence falls. Flies buzz. He rises slowly, adjusting the beads on his wrist. You speak of things you do not understand, girl. Your father's foolishness cursed us all. Do not follow his path. A woman doesn't flinch. Maybe he uncovered something you don't want the village to see. Gasps report through the elders. The chief stares at her. His jaw tightens, but his voice remains calm. Leave. Now. Scene outside the compound. Sunset. Namdi waits by a mango tree, arms crossed. You went to the chief? He asks, eyes wide. He's hiding something, Ihoma says. And so is that pastor. You really want to die in this village? Namdi snaps. I can find work. Take Mama with me. You don't have to keep digging. But if I don't, who will? She replies. She holds out the journal. There's a path marked here. Tomorrow, I'll find it. She walks away as the sun dips behind the cursed fields, red, unforgiving, ancient. To be continued.